Was realistically, am I gonna finish all these before the end of the year? No. I was gonna say probably, just no. I'm never gonna lie to you, but it would be lit if I did. Like. So hey guys, welcome to my delulu 10 before the end. Now I have to be honest with you, all these books are not in my 10 before the end. The majority of them are actually on my Kindle, but I know sometimes you gotta show a bunch of books to get the views.
Bruh.
Hopefully it worked. I was about to throw them, but I can't do that. Make sure you guys comment down below the one book that you really want to read this year. If you can't pick one, then put 10 down there. I don't mind. Let's start with the first one, Project Hail Mary. Now, I have been talking about this book for a while. I feel like I have, maybe I haven't. In my full reading vlog, I said this is one that I wanted to read, but I didn't have my hands on it. It was available at the library. I've been trying to save my coins lately. So I feel like I have high hopes that this one is actually going to get read. Everyone and their mom has hyped this story up. Like, even at the back of it, it says Barack Obama book of the year? So if Barack Obama likes it, then it's gonna be like, it's my first sci-fi. If I read this, I think it will be my first ever sci-fi. No, that's not true. I did start The Union. I wasn't in the mood for it and it was getting me a bit depressed, so I had to like pause it. I wanted to read this one because I know who's calling my phone.
Who's calling that shit?
Where did I leave off? Oh, this will be like probably the first one I ever finished because I've heard nothing but great things about it. Basically, this book is going to be turned into a movie is what I think I was trying to say. I believe it's coming out in March. I would love to finish this book before then. It follows a lone astronaut. I'm going to butcher this completely, but there's a team that goes to space. Everyone on the spaceship dies except for him, and it's all up to him to save humanity, which honestly wouldn't be something that would have attracted me on a normal day, but everybody who recommended every other book that I've loved has also spoke highly of this, so I believe it's going to be one of my favorites as well. So that's on the list. Speaking of books that are going to be turned into a movie, I have The Love Hypothesis on this one. Now, I don't actually know when this one comes out. I just know it's 2026. So again, it's another one I want to get to so that I can be all ready for the movies when the movies come out. This follows a PhD candidate and a professor. I've already read the synopsis on this so many times and told you guys about this book. It hasn't stuck in my brain. Like, it's just, she wants to run an experiment, obviously the Love Hypothesis. I don't know why she wants the experiment done. I don't know what the true experiment is or the hypothesis she has. I think she convinces her professor to enter a fake relationship. That's it. That's all I know. TikTok's most beloved book is what I have to say, and I really want to get to it because I feel like, again, it will be another one I will enjoy. I feel like it's going to be a really fun read because fake dating always is, and it's one of my top elite tropes. Next on the list is That Time I Got Drunk and Saved the Demon. I have no idea what this book is about. I just know that it's silly and unserious, and I've already started like the first 3 pages and I'm already entertained by it, so I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna finish this book this year. I want to read the whole series. The books are really short. I was surprised when I checked, it was like 175 pages, so I'm here for it. I have to be honest, I don't like this cover. I like this cover. It's so much nicer. Like, how much better is this cover? Like, I want this. So if I do buy the books, I'm gonna be trying to get these. I don't know if these are like the new covers or the old covers. I have no idea, but I don't like this one. The other one looks so much better. I can't give you guys much information about it because obviously I haven't read it, and I don't actually want to go in there knowing much about what's gonna happen. Like, the title is enough information for me. Now let's move to the next one. Firstly, let me say, if you're new here, welcome. If you're not, I'm so sorry that I keep putting these books in your face, but Fearless and Feel Full, these have to get read before the end of the year. And honestly, I feel like it's gonna happen because I'm gonna make it happen. I've just finished Powerless and Powerful. Like, I've been rereading it, so I just finished those. I'm on Reckless now. I'm gonna get these done before the end of the year. Like, not because like I just really want to rush to them. Like, I want to read them so bad. I've really set myself up by delaying it, but at the same time I really want to get into this story like fully wrapped up, so I know I'm doing it for a reason and I'm enjoying rereading them. Literally my favorite series, depending on how these two go, and I already feel like they're gonna go great, but these are on the list. I want to avoid telling you guys what this is about because I feel like I've done it too many times, but all I'll say is it follows Payton, who is an ordinary, Kai, who is a extraordinary, and he's also the prince. Ordinaries get killed in this world. Payton has to basically stay undercover and unfortunately gets called into doing the trials, which are supposed to be held by a bunch of extraordinaries, but somehow she's in there. She's ordinary, she has to fight these people, and she, again, is ordinary. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, these are definitely on the list. I want to read them so bad. I literally was watching a TikTok where somebody was talking about Powerless. I looked to the side and then somebody said I'm in Fearless, and the way I exited the whole browser, I was like, nah, you're not ruining this for me. I've not been sitting around holding this in for this long just for somebody to accidentally ruin it in the comment section. So yeah, I did. Next on the list is Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. I loved Before I Could Let Go so bad. This Could Be Us I didn't mind, and this obviously follows Hendrix, which is for most people is like their favorite character in the book, so I'm very excited for her story. However, I have heard her story is a little bit tough. My Kindle dirty? Yeah, it is. I heard that her story is really tough, and a lot of people were annoyed by that, but I feel like I'm mentally prepared now, so I'll see what it's about. It's written kind of similar to This Could Be Us. I didn't like that one too much. We'll see. Hopefully it's still good. I feel like this follows her having to look after her mom, and her mom has dementia, I believe. And I was saying this before, that there's a common theme lately with the last few books that I've dropped this year, where like a parent has had dementia, or maybe I'm just really like, when I tell you, I'm like, what's the word? What I'm branching out in is really small. So a majority of the romance books by the bigger authors, for example, Ali Hazelwood, Kennedy Ryan, and Emily Henry, they both all kind of wrote a book about a main character who has a parent. I think her parent has dementia anyway. I could just be lying, but I don't know. Random thought. I just noticed that. I don't know what relevance that has to this at all. I'm also excited because when I was creating my 10 before the end, I was trying to have a look and I was like, there's no books that like I really desperately want to read before the end of the year. Like I'm happy to take the majority of my books into the next year, but I had a look at the series and like a lot of them are like one book away from finishing. It's going to be so satisfying to wrap up a series. They're going to turn this into a movie as well, so I'm here for all the movies. I'm back on the topic of finishing up a series. The next book I actually want to read is The Heart Principle. This is part of what's it called? The Kissing Quadrant. I've been listening to these books from Libby for a while now. Let me tell you, yeah. The Kissing Quadrant 8. I don't even remember what I rated. Let me check. I rated it 4 stars. I love that book so much. Everything about those two characters were amazing. I feel like there's nobody that can make me hate them. So when I went on to the second book, I thought that was gonna be better, but I didn't enjoy that one as much. But in the art of wrapping up series, I'm going to be listening to The Heart Principle. I'm waiting for it on Libby. It has been saying 2 weeks for about 4 weeks now. I'm hoping it's gonna come to me soon, and when it does, I can wrap that one up. So I feel like, you know what? Maybe my list isn't so delusional. I might just make it. I think. I say lightly. I might just get maybe like half. I don't know. Maybe The Heart Principle is another one I don't know much about. Like I'm just happy to go in and read it anyway. I think it follows a girl, like her boyfriend wants to go in an open relationship. I don't want to know anything. Again, I'm really enjoying going into books a little bit blind. This is not a common thing for me. Normally I like to have an idea before I go into it, so that way I'm in the mood for the book before I pick it up. That one will be an easy read. Might be one that I listen to while I'm getting like a little chores done around the house. Next book on the list is Caught Up. Now this is a part of the Into the Darkness series, and it's another one that I want to wrap up or at least get caught up on. Loved the first book, which was Lights Out. I love the whole stalker being unserious vibe of that book. It was so funny, and I was really excited to go into the second book. However, I kept seeing reviews saying that like it doesn't have the same vibes as Lights Out. Like it turns into like more mafia. You don't have the jokey, silly stalker vibe, so it's a kind of a different vibe. Which when I heard that put me off, so I never ran to it because I was thinking if I'm gonna pick it up, I want that same vibe. But in the art again of wrapping up series, I feel like I want to get this done. I think I'm mentally prepared for the fact that it's not going to feel like Lights Out. And honestly, if I read it and it does, I'm going to be very happy. But at least I walk in knowing what I'm going to get, what I'm possibly going to get. So yeah, I don't know much about what this one follows, but I believe it should continue from what happened in the previous book. I feel like the previous book kind of left you in a spot where I can't actually explain what happens in this book. But next one on the list, I don't even know what number we're on. Calpone. I was scrolling on Goodreads and found out that this is the top rated book on my Goodreads account. Not to mention it was one that I already wanted to read because I've heard nothing but good stuff about it. But it kind of hit me like, why have you not read this yet? And obviously I read the prologue, it had me hooked, and I was like, I have to read this book with you guys. So I did pause it, and then I never got back to it, which feels stupid. So I really want to get into this book. I need to finish this. This will be my first urban romance. I can't tell you much about this book because I don't actually know the storyline, and I don't care to know. I just want to go in there a little bit blind. The prologue hit me out of nowhere, and I kind of want to keep going that way. So that's it. That's what I can say. The next book that I want to read that I actually have on my shelf is A Court of Silver Flames. Obviously, I've been putting it off. Would love to wrap up this series before the end of the year, just because I feel like there's a lot of other book series I want to start, and I hate the idea of starting a bunch of series all that. Like I don't like reading lots of series at once, especially in the same genre. Like, I want to get into like Lightlark. I want to read the Carnival series. I need to get to Legendborn. I don't want all of these series playing in my head and then picking up a book that might be similar and not knowing whether or not that was this story or another story. So if I can wrap these series up this year, that would be really great. And also, I'm just interested in what's gonna happen with this, and I feel like the more I put it off, the less I'm gonna want to pick it up. Last but not least, I'm probably gonna cheat here and wrap 2 books up here, but I want to read Just the Taste by Nice Star. At the end of the year, it's very much Christmas vibes, so I want to read this Christmassy book. It follows a chef who gets snowed in with her least favorite client. I heard snowed in, Christmas vibe. I'm happy for it. Like they're gonna be stuck in a cabin, I think, or stuck in a restaurant. It also says at the bottom, it says fun, fresh, and always sexy, Hannah Grace. It might give like Hannah Grace type of style, so I'm hoping it's not too boring. No offense to Hannah Grace, but I did not enjoy Icebreaker. I actually like DNF the whole series because that one felt boring to me, but I am hoping this one's good. I'm also gonna throw in The Christmas Tree Farm, again another Christmas book. I feel like I'm not gonna read that many Christmas books, not because like I don't think I'm gonna want to, but mostly because like I have a lot on the list that I really want to read as well. So kind of got introduced a little bit to this book in the Cinnamon Bun bookstore, so you kind of know that there's a new development happening in the area and possibly Christmas Tree Farm might get reopened. That's all I know that's happening. Guys, that's my 10 before the end. Where am I gonna get through all these? I don't know. I'll let you guys know in January. I feel like I want to make a bet. I think I'm gonna get through like 5 of these books. Hopefully I won't steer and get distracted by something else, but I think I'm gonna get through 5 of these books. Comment down below the one book you really want to read before the end of the year. If you have more than one, then feel free to write that too, and comment this emoji if you got to the end. Thanks for watching, girlies. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Do you think this outfit's cute, guys? Look, let me show you. This is the vibe. Do you think it's cute? I think it's very cute. I actually sewed these straps on myself. It was just like a boob tube thing that I got from PLT, and I thought, no, it needs straps to give it the vibe. So like I sewed these straps on. Girl, DIY queen. I was scared to do it though, but I think it looks cute. Do you think it's cute? I think it's. If you see me in it again, shh, we don't talk about it.